I just really quickly want to make this video about recording things, taking photos of things, sharing things. And I spoke in my last video about how it's usually not my first thought to take a photo of something or video of something when something cool is happening, and to really just be in the moment. I have cut down on my social media usage, and I think that's honestly a good thing now. I just don't think that spending so much time on something that is really not the real world, I think that's better for people, for their overall health. There's this person who's come into my life, and we're the same age, and she has zero social media. She doesn't have an Instagram. She doesn't have a TikTok. She's not on anything online. And that shocked me. Maybe someone 10 years older, 20 years older, that would make sense to me. But for someone being in the same era that I am, where we essentially grew up on the internet, I strangely saw it as an act of, I don't want to say an act of bravery or an act of reliance, but an act of uniqueness. How someone is less on social media. And what my takeaway from that is, I'm only really going to be on to post. I have all the inspiration I need. I don't need to watch something to try and get some sort of inspiration to justify to myself that I'm procrastinating making something. There is this course I am going through on Headspace, and it's called Appreciation. And you can meditate on something that you really appreciate, someone or something that you really appreciate. And maybe you can tell that person that, hey, I appreciate you and I love you. Or you could keep that to yourself. You don't know what kind of place that person could be in. Or what might be best, and this is what spoke to me the most, is that what sometimes is best is you just let people see the change in you. You act different, you have a different way of life, and people can just see that in your behavior. And I want to share a video from that with you, and 2 videos in one day. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
Now, it may well be that over the last few days while you've been learning this exercise, that you may have experienced some feelings of appreciation that either you previously weren't aware of, or that you were aware of but weren't really able to identify in such a sort of tangible, experiential way. As a result, it's quite normal to sometimes want to express those feelings of appreciation or gratefulness. Needless to say, there's no need to at all in terms of learning this exercise. If you choose to tell somebody how you feel, if you choose to write to somebody to tell them how you feel, of course that's absolutely fine, and I'm sure they may well appreciate it. But it's really important to recognize that often that the things that we're experiencing there, it's something very personal. So we should be really very aware of how that other person feels, what kind of space they're in. Are they necessarily going to relate to how we're feeling at that particular time? So try to judge for yourself sort of when the right time is, or if there is even a right time. Maybe it is just something to experience for ourselves, and that the people around us naturally benefit through our greater sense of happiness or contentment. But just to be aware of managing that sort of quite skillfully, if you like. For now though, you can forget about any of that as you just take a moment to get comfortable. And when you're ready, starting the exercise with some nice big deep breaths.